For joining us. We're going into the second half of the show. As I mentioned earlier, we got Jack Wood as well as Tom Kirk with us, and I'm going to let these guys explain who they are, what they do, and how often they do it. So this is very few times do I have guests on that I really have to take my hat off for. And these happen to be two guys that I'm taking my hat off for this evening for their thankless job. They're dedicated to their work. First, we have right here on my right, which is your left, I guess, Tom Kirk, which is with USTOO International. Tom, what is your position as the leader here for USTOO International?
You bet, Ronald. Well, what I am is, my title is President and CEO of USTOO International.
Okay, and we're going to come back to you, and you're going to explain to us the mission and the vision of the organization and how long you've been involved with them and some of the services they provide. Jack, it's indeed a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
I always say we're not strangers, we're just friends that never met, and we just kind of hit it off real good at the Run, Walk, and Roll in Grant Park, because we moved from the suburbs to the city to try to expand and bring a greater group of people together. Jack, you were at Wellness Place, and Wellness Place is located in Palatine, and we're going to give you, you know, I always tell you have those pencils and paper available, and some of you smart people, you got your T-Bow running, you got your DVD burner running, and of course, we're going to give you information on the back end. We've got several websites for you to go to. You got the Talking Success Informational Hotline to go to, as well as our email. So if you miss something and you want to put the pen down, feel free to do that. This is the month of September, which is National Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. We've got the Prostate Cancer Run Walk. See that guy running? USTOO International. What was the idea behind even developing the organization? Have you been with them since the inception?
No, I haven't. I've been with USTOO now for about 2.5 years, almost 3 years.
Okay. And how long have they been in existence?
We were founded in 1990 by 5 men who were prostate cancer survivors and a physician, Dr. Jerry Chodak, who was at the University of Chicago at that point.
And weren't those guys wives, or they had? Tell me the story. I don't want to try to screw the story up, but there's a connection between the Prostate Cancer Awareness and Education Program, USTOO International, and there's another organization that deals with breast cancer called what?
Why Me? National Breast Cancer Organization.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to make it a short story because I tell this story a lot and I really like this story. And I like to go into detail, but I'll give you the overview. The name USTOO comes from the recognition by those group of men from the first meeting that cancer affects us as men. It affects us too. So thus our name, USTOO. It means that men are affected by prostate cancer at almost the same rate that women are affected by breast cancer, except that's a really well-kept secret. People don't want to admit and recognize that we need to know that men are affected at almost the same level as breast cancer is.
And we've got over 325 support groups around the country?
Exactly, around the globe.
Around the globe, because it's international.
Exactly, and here in the U.S. it's about 300, so most of our chapters are here in the U.S.
And we've got quite a few here in the Chicagoland area.
Exactly.
About a dozen. Support group is one aspect. The website for USTOO is going to come up on the screen. It's www.ustoo.org, and we'll give that to you. We got Jack's website when we get into Jack's story. And we're going to shift gears and go to Jack. Here's Jack. Jack, tell us about Wellness Place, and why is it that Wellness Place, there was a need, a void was filled. How long have you been with Wellness Place?
I've been with Wellness Place for 3 years, and been on the board 2 years prior to that. And Wellness Place is a not-for-profit located in Palatine, Illinois, that supports cancer patients, their families, caregivers as they go through the cancer experience.
Now, let's back up for a minute because, and I don't want to talk too much, I belong to a group of 10 women. I'm the only man in the group, and many of them are holistic health care practitioners, and we're in the process of developing a new modality which would be similar to a hospice. It's a great place for people to try. And I told the ladies, I said, I know a guy named Jack Wood, that has, excuse me for the S, Jack Wood, that has a organization, that has a facility that's very similar. And I said, we need to make a field trip. They just got back from Wisconsin last week. I couldn't go. on a more short mini retreat. Give us a little better idea so we can make a paradigm shift for the viewers. Give us something that's similar to Wellness Place that our viewers could identify with.
Well, for example, if someone is diagnosed with a cancer and they are working with their doctors, their oncologists, their radiation oncology, and they are getting the treatment and technology through them, they can come to Wellness Place for social services, groups.
You have support groups?
Individual counseling,
okay.
mind-body related activities that help them as well as their families
you
cope with that.
Have some alternative therapies there available.
Absolutely.
Also.
Right.
Give us 2 or 3 that you may offer. Do you have any acupuncture?
No.
You haven't gotten into that yet.
No, what we are not a medical facility. What we are
more
is
social human services
facility.
Giving them some support, and it's not necessarily people that's making a transition that they put up the white flag and
no.
said, look, I'm going to transition out of here in a few minutes, so you don't house any people like a hospice.
We do not provide any treatment. What we provide is services for them as they go through their cancer journey. We have a resource center so they can learn about how their cancer may act, what type of questions to ask their doctors, what type of effects their treatment will have on them and thus their family, their spouse, their employer, and we allow them to go through their cancer experience on their terms.
And for those that may want more information, we do have the website on the screen. It's www.wellnessplace.org. Feel free to get on the World Wide Web and go to wellnessplace.org and get more information, more detailed information, because it may be a service that you could use or a family member or loved one may need. It's in Palatine, and I think with the success that they're having out there, they should be expanding because it's a much-needed service. Just like us, too. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and we're nowhere near the end. So
correct.
How did it begin?
Well, Wellness Place was founded by 2 women who were breast cancer survivors that knew that as they went through their cancer treatment, they needed other support services that they weren't getting anywhere else from their doctors, from their nurses, from the oncologists. So they wanted to have, in a caring environment, those emotional related services associated with that. We are part of a Cancer Health Alliance with 3 other houses in the Chicago area, and downtown is Gilda's Club, so they also provide those same type of services at Wellness Place.
And Gilda Ratner was a cancer, she had got diagnosed with cancer, and they started Gilda's Place in memory of Gilda, and I think most people who watch Saturday Night Live, you're very familiar with her. Great person, very creative. Unfortunately, she made her transition as a result of the breast cancer. That's why it's so important, whether it's breast cancer or prostate cancer, early detection is our best protection on both sides of the coin for the male and the female. But tonight we're talking about prostate cancer awareness and education, and more importantly, we want to prep you and prime you for the Greater Chicago Prostate Cancer Run, Walk, and Roll, which